Good evening. Welcome to MoCA. This is Wanmi's Warehouse Programs. We are thrilled to have you all with us tonight. My name is Amanda Hunt. I'm the Director of Education and Senior Curator of Programs here at this museum. The Geffen is located in the very old and historic community of Little Tokyo, which has been in existence in Los Angeles for the last 135 years. We moved into this old warehouse space in the early 80s and with it brought in performance immediately. So tonight is a part of this legacy of performance and activation and creation. I'm thrilled to have worked with incredible partners in this. We have with us Professor Peter O'Connor, the Director of the Center for Applied Research and Creative Thinking at the University of Auckland. Please. Who would not be here without Cheryl Hayward. My new partner in crime. This week, it was a 4-day residency hosted here in this house. This is my house. This is now your house. This is everyone's house. Thank you. It's a really meaningful and special night, and it's a really meaningful and special collaboration for me to have hosted and overseen and really witnessed. I hope that whoever participated in this at any level felt good in this space and knows to be in this space from here on out. We will always welcome you here at MoCA. So thank you for everything that you've brought to MoCA, really, as part of your time here. Basically, Peter has done, over the course of many decades at this point, really incredible work creating and researching theater in earthquake zones, prisons, schools, psychiatric hospitals after terror attacks, and with the homeless. And over the course of this residency, in partnership with incredible organizations who I have to shout out and acknowledge, let's continue to partner together. Urban Voices, the Los Angeles Urban Voices, the Los Angeles Poverty Department, My Friend's Place, and Skid Row Housing Trust. This is a collaboration between organizations and individuals about sharing stories, making visible invisible stories, and that's what tonight is about. We're going to see and be on a journey together in stories that share joy, in stories that share pain, in sharing stories that show what life is about and has been and can be, without revealing too much about what you're going to witness tonight. So I just want to thank also Anna, Bertel, Chris, Gary, Jerry, Karen, Keith, Keonce, Perlin, Lee, Leela, Lorraine, Marilyn, Matt, Raven, Tom, Walter, Hannah, and Pierre, and any others who I may have missed who participated in this process. Thank you, Justin and Christina and Craig, for your enthusiasm, support, and direction. Above all, again, thank you, Peter, for bringing your vision and direction to this. We'll be in touch. I'll see you in New Zealand. Tonight's presentation is a culmination of this residency and this series of workshops. And we will present it again on Sunday at 3 p.m. Please tell your friends and your family. But without further ado, the Creative Thinking Project.
It's singing. I've always loved singing. I'm going to say that I probably got that from my dad. My father was a singer. Music and arts, I feel, is medicine to the soul, to the mind, emotions. Regardless of what it is you're experiencing, there isn't a type of music or a song out there that can't touch that part of you that's broken and hurting inside. I see it kind of as a healing balm, if you will, that gets put on that spot, that hurt, The first time was because that was the first loss I suffered was my husband. And, oh, here we go. Woo. But, yeah, those were some hard times.
Well, people think that Skid Row is really bad, and in a sense it's bad the way it looks, But people, shouldn't be scared to come down to Skid Row and stuff because everybody, such as myself, don't smoke drugs up in there. We're not killers, we're not thieves, and all that old kind of stuff. There's some people down here is out here because they have to be here, because it's the only kind of housing they can seem to get that's affordable enough.
Became homeless in 2011 after being injured in 2009, going through my life savings, not having family members that could take me in, and I ended up in a shelter. I've been singing since I was very young, so I've been singing for 47 years. Singing has been a very large part of my healing process.
That I love to sing, I love to dance, and I'm hoping one day to be in somebody's movie. Losing my sons was very devastating. I joined the Women Against Gun Violence, and I was a mess. I was just tore up. I couldn't sit here today like this. But they told me when they interviewed me, they came and talked to me to help me with my first son's death. They said, well, Miss Moreland, you can be a voice for those that don't have a voice. I wouldn't want anyone to feel the way I was feeling at that time. And so here I am today. I'm better, and the scene that we did today was just fabulous. The young man, he allowed me to bring back memories because I wasn't there when my sons died. I wasn't there. I just didn't get there in time enough.
Yeah, I went to college. I majored in theater and language, and I wasn't doing any of that until I ended up homeless. So it was through homelessness that I found my art. It's all one for me. My drawing to my writing to my music to the acting, it all helps me be the one person that I am. So there isn't one. They all kind of go together to make the one.
Well, I like to sing a lot. I'm not much of a dancer, but I got some moves. Let's see. I paint a little bit, freehanded, but I mostly sing. I've been singing since I was like little, in church choirs and every single choir I had in grade school. So I just like to sing. I had lots of dreams. I wanted to be a model. I wanted to be an astronomer. I wanted to be a dancer, professional gymnast. At the moment, I don't have one yet. I had too many, so I'm just gonna let time fly and see where I lead at later on in the future. So that's my dream.
I started when I was 3 or 4 with drawing. I learned how to draw first. And once I learned how to draw, I taught myself how to draw. I started
coming up with my own sunrises, my own sunsets. That I was creative in how I got dressed in the morning. I was creative about how I walked to school in the morning. I was creative. I use it with everything. It just every part of my life. I wanted to be me. I wanted to be totally different.
I'm from Cuba, and my hobby is dancing. Salsa is the number one for me. Okay, and yes, they make me feel free. Number one, also because I performed for too many years. For me, it's everything. Everything in my life is dancing because I can.
Typical day. Wasting time, basically.
I got down here in 2013, and Skid Row was sort of like, it was there when I needed it. Art has definitely saved me.
The arts have done for me, actually, I use it as a coping skill, when I'm frustrated or something like that. Go in my own little space, put on my headphones, go in my room, play with my MPC, and make some beats, try to create something so I can get out of this world, because this world sometimes can be too much for humans, so use your imagination,
My life was saved through this project. My life was saved through each of these projects that I mentioned, LAPD, Urban Voice Project. Those two organizations saved my life because I'm actually living my dream because of that. I came to Los Angeles to do what I'm doing, and that's to make a difference in other people's lives that are less fortunate than myself. And I had no idea that I would have to become less fortunate than them before I could help them.
Music is something that's magical. It can have a profound effect on us and lift us in a positive direction.
Skid Row has a tremendous narrative that, for the most part, isn't what people think. And so it's always that struggle of like getting your truth out when there's a dominant narrative that tends to smother it. And that can, it's very motivating, it's very inspiring, but it can be very frustrating and discouraging at the same time. So you have to want to be on the roller coaster. It's chaos on many levels, but there's tremendous resiliency and tremendous hope and passion. And it's like every good and bad thing in humanity kind of comes crashing in on itself.
I like shiny things. I was homeless for a year and a half, and I wasn't spending my money on drugs, so I spent my money on my wardrobe. I probably have 20 pairs of shoes, 30 pairs of pants, 50 shirts. They also call me the Elephant Man. They blasphemously cuss at me. They throw sharp sticks, stones. They broke my bones, 2 toes, my nose, kicked me off the bus, laugh at me, call me the Elephant Man. But they don't understand that I will mend my broken wings, that I will fly, that I will be an eagle and I will soar, I will roar like an eagle. They will not chain me to the ground. I was in the darkness of nothingness, the emptiness of homelessness, where everyone called me useless, where everyone told me I was old, where everyone told me to just give up. But I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up, because I have just begun. I begun my life anew at 62, and now at 63, I am free to be me.
Over to you, Peter.
wonderful show.
I can do this.
It's going to be a wonderful show.
I can do this.
It's going to be a wonderful show.
I can do this. Team!
You've been training for this all of your life. You're the #1 contender. You're the greatest. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Wait, is it possible? Could it be rapture time?
Jewelry, possessions, materialistic things. I don't need them. They can stay here, not where I'm going. Do you hear it? Do you hear the music? You too. You start to sprout.
You're starting to sprout.
Guys,
we're starting to sprout wings.
That means it's time to get up.
All right, okay, let's go.
Hurry up! It's time to go!
I don't know about you. I'm going back.
I have become the star that I was destined to be.
St. Peter opens the gates. Praise God.
Leaving my son with his father was the hardest thing I ever had to do.
Bitch, didn't I tell you ain't supposed to be doing this motherfucker shit? You gotta think about our family, man. You can't be smoking weed up in church.
Smoking weed in church? You don't, it's none of your business. Stop asking me so damn much.
Hey, don't wait.
Don't touch me, yo, man.
Hey,
Wait.
come back, order. Where you going? Hey, man, you see that bitch put her fucking hands on me? Don't she don't fucking around? You don't go. I know, man. She ain't supposed to be hitting on me, though. You okay? Yeah, I'm okay, man. She's just a little fucking girl. But she done told that little girl it's time to go. She ain't gonna come and grab her head and feed her, man. Look, I'm sorry.
I don't want no sorries. I'm
You gotta have this sorry,
I'm
though.
done.
I don't want to trip no damn more.
It's time for me to go. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I just can't.
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. No, no, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. Yeah, come on. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. No. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. Everybody, come on. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. Let me hear you. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. Put your hands together. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. Are you ready to give up? I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, giving up. No, not yet.
Kia ora tātou, which is our way of saying hello to everyone at home. My name's Peter O'Connor and I've been the blessed, fortunate man to be the director of It's Time. I did. Most people, when they think of Los Angeles and the arts, they think of Hollywood and a whole bunch of different places. But one of the things that I know is that the beating heart of the arts is actually in Skid Row. That there are that the arts keep these people alive on a daily basis. So you go down there, you'll see painters, artists, musicians, theatre makers, and they're using the arts as healing balms, as ways of constructing a safety through their lives. When we came into this house a week ago, we did everything from making this to doing this in 3 days, and you only get to do that if you're working with genuine artists. We have a man who today left hospital only an hour ago to make sure he was with us, because that's what artists do. You You know, we set the space up because we're in a museum of contemporary art, and when you go to galleries, there are installations which provide pictures of life for us to look at so we might understand the world differently. So that's what we attempted to do today, was to create installations, ways of looking at life differently because we've caught them. It's really hard to see what happens in Skid Row if you don't live on it. So you had to work really hard to hear. That was deliberate. You had to work really hard to see, to try and work out what was happening, that there were people being born. There was arguments, there were acts of kindness and generosity, there were fathers building up their sons, there were men dreaming of being free. And what was the invisible strand that drew that community together? 1,000 people a year die on Skid Row. That crying, that sound and the sound of the engines as they arrive in, that's the strands, 3 a day. 3 a day. But these people aren't giving up. And it's the arts that make sure they don't. So one more applause for each one.